Request relief to move the adjournment of the National Assembly on definite matters of urgent public importance.
The Honorable Member, Mr. Mahipo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I must say, I am shocked. I am seeking permission to adjourn on a definite matter of urgent public importance, and that has to do with the flood situation that is currently going on in Guyana. Sir, the unfortunate situation is a number of persons are affected by this flooding, and I believe strongly, sir, that the negligence on the part of government has contributed to this devastation that our people are faced with. Sir, the APNU AFC during the period 2015 to 2020 had a regional disaster risk management committee set up in all 10 regions, and their duty was primarily to prepare for these floods. But unfortunately, those disaster risk management committees are no longer in place. So I want to first of all call on the government to re-establish.
Honorable Member, the issue of raising a motion on this particular heading has to do with three matters: definite, urgency, and public importance. And as a matter of courtesy, the Speaker would allow a brief statement to justify why the mover would want to move such a motion onto this particular head. So I would like for you to confine your comments to the issue of urgency, the other issue of um, public importance, and the definitiveness of the situation you are dealing with.
Sir, reference to Standing Order 12.2, I wish to seek your permission to request leave to move the adjournment of the Assembly to discuss a matter of definite, urgent public importance to which the present flood situation, which has been described by His Excellency President Irfan Ali as the worst natural disaster in our nation's history. People's livelihood has been disrupted, properties are damaged, livestock and other animals died, while many are displaced. There is widespread devastation across the regions of our country caused by the current floods. In my humble opinion, there is need for the establishment of a national relief program, which is aimed at bringing assistance and comfort to all who have suffered as a result of this disaster, to plan with the aim of mitigating the negative impacts of such floods in the future. There is a wide.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. Would you allow me to now make my decision, please? Yes. Honorable members, this is not the first time that we have arrived at this position, unfortunately. But the issue of the motion that has been raised, as we have said earlier, and the Honorable Member has said also, is definite, urgent, and public importance. And we have many references to judge by, including rulings of the speakers. In our standing orders, you will find such a ruling in one of the appendices. But I will read the references here. First, there is no doubt that we have floods. The definitiveness of what has been described is on the ground. The second issue there, it is of public importance. And His Excellency, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Member, has mentioned the amount of persons affected. The issue here is urgency. Urgency. And in relation to the issue of urgency, the matter must be, it is said, of recent occurrence and raised without delay. In this regard, Erskine May states on page 386, the fact that a grievance is continuing is not sufficient. It's not sufficient. I refer to the fact that the events, I also refer to parliamentary procedure by Kashiat. It is stated at page 767 that the matter must have arisen suddenly in a manner of an emergency and should not have arisen over a series of weeks. And so, my ruling on this is I cannot allow the motion. There is sufficient time to bring a substantive motion that is dealing with all of the results. There is sufficient time to bring a substantive motion to the House to deal comprehensively with what we are experiencing at this time. Thank you very much.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, would you
The Honorable
permit,
Member, Mr. Michael.
thank you, sir. Sir, would you permit me to ask if you would not consider this situation urgent on the basis that it poses a threat to the preservation of life? I'm just asking if you can consider that, or have you considered that in your ruling? The preservation of life for me is on the threat, and the AP and UAFC believe so.
Thank you very
also.
much, Honorable Member. Mr. Clerk.
Motions relating to the business or sittings of the National Assembly and moved